Hi YouTube, Tim Unkert here. In this video we're going to be talking about even and odd functions and what's neither even nor odd. So let's first describe the characteristics that make a function even. So a function is said to be even if f of x equals f of negative x for all of x. Okay, so something like f of x equals x squared is an even function. You want to think about that because if we plug in negative x here, we do negative x, well that's negative x squared, and then when you square a negative, you multiply a negative by a negative, you get a positive, so it really equals x squared. So f of negative x will equal x squared, and it'll equal f of x for all x. So that's one. A function said to be odd if negative or negative 1 times f of x is equal to f of negative x for all x. So in that case, or one example of that is f of x equals x cubed. That is an odd function. And a function is not even or odd if it doesn't meet one of the conditions above. So for instance, f of x equals x squared plus x, that wouldn't meet either of those conditions, and that would be neither even nor odd. Okay. Even functions are symmetric about the y-axis. So if we think of y equals x squared here, if we draw our x and y axis, that's going to be a parabola, and it is going to be symmetric about the y-axis. If I drew it well, it would look symmetric. But and if we think about odd functions, those are symmetric about the origin. So let me draw an odd function. So f of x equals x cubed. That's going to look something like this. So another way I can determine that is I can reflect this across the y-axis and then reflect it across the x, and those should match up, and that would be an odd function. And neither even nor odd, that wouldn't match up. So let's look at some examples here of functions that are even or odd or neither. Okay, so f of x equals x squared minus 3. Well, could I put in negative 1 here? Let's see. So if I did f of negative x, would that be the same as f of x? So if I do that, I have negative x squared minus 3. Well, the negative, when I square it, becomes positive, so this just becomes x squared minus 3. So this first one is definitely even. Okay, let's get rid of this stuff here. And let's go take a look at this x to the fifth. So x to the fifth. Well, if I look at f of negative x, what does that equal? Well, that equals negative x to the fifth power. Now, when you raise a negative to a odd power, you get a negative. So this is going to be the same as negative 1 times x to the fifth. So f of negative x is the same as negative 1 times f of x, negative 1 times x to the fifth. So this is an odd function. Okay, let's look at this one. F of x equals x squared plus 5x minus 1. Well, if I plug in negative x, what do I get here? Well, I get negative x squared plus 5 times negative x minus 1. Negative x squared becomes just x squared. 5 times negative x is a minus 5x minus 1. So it doesn't equal, it's not an even function for sure. If I multiplied everything by negative 1 here, I'd have negative x squared minus 5x plus 1. So it's not an odd function either. So this is neither even nor odd. Okay, and let's look at x cubed plus 3. So if we do f of negative x, we get negative x cubed plus 3, and that becomes negative, there's negative 1 here, times x cubed plus 3. Does that equal f of x? No. Does that equal negative 1 times f of x? Well, negative 1 times f of x would be negative x cubed minus 3. So no, it doesn't equal that either. So this is also neither here. Okay, now I've got some examples for you to try. Maybe pause the video, smash the like button when you do, and then come back and see my solution. So let's look at this one. So f of x equals x to the 4th. So if I do negative x here, plug that in. That's a pretty bad negative x, but so we have negative x to the 4th power here. Well, when I'm raising something to an even power, the negative is going to go away, so it's going to be x to the 4th power. So f of negative x equals f of x for all x. So this is even. Okay, and we could even, if you want to, pull up Desmos here. And if we pull up Desmos and I plug in f of x equals x to the 4th power, you'll see it's symmetric about the y-axis. Okay, let's take a look at this next one. F of x equals x cubed minus 5. So if we plug in negative x, we get f of x, or f of negative x, equals negative x cubed, all this cubed, minus 5, which works out to negative x cubed minus 5. So does f of x equal f of negative x for all x? No, so it's not even. Does f of x, or does negative 1 times f of x, which would be negative x cubed plus 5, equal f of negative x for all x? No, because we've got a minus 5 here. So it's neither. And I'll show you that one in the graph in a moment. So neither. So we go up here. We got f of x equals x cubed minus 5. Is it minus 5 or plus 5? Minus 5, yeah. So you can see this is not symmetric about the origin. If I flip this over the y-axis and then flip it over the x-axis, it's not going to be symmetric about the origin. Okay, so that's a neither. Next one, f of x equals x cubed. So let's figure out f of negative x. So f of negative x equals a negative x cubed. So that's going to be negative 1 times x cubed. So f of negative x will equal negative 1 times f of x for all x. So this should be odd. And let's take a look at the graph of this one. So f of x equals x cubed. And this one, the line in green here, you'll see if you flip this about the y-axis, then flip it about the x, you'll get this green line down here. So it is symmetric about the origin. So that's cool. All right, last one here. We have f of x equals x to the 4th power plus x. So let's do f of negative x. So it's going to be negative x to the 4th power plus negative x. Anything to the 4th power is going to be positive, so we're going to have x to the 4th power, but then minus x. So f of negative x will not equal f of x for all x. So it's not even. Now f of negative x, if we multiply this by negative 1, we have to multiply all of this by negative 1. So we'd get negative x to the 4th, negative 1 times x to the 4th, minus x. So these are not the same. It's not odd, so it's neither. And let's just look at the graph of that. So we have f of x equals x to the 4th plus x. And if I Let me take these other ones away so you can see it. So you can tell this is definitely not symmetric about the origin or symmetric about the y-axis. So it's neither. Hopefully this video was helpful to you. If it was, please like and subscribe. Also, teachers or parents or anyone interested in my worksheets can check them out on my TeacherPay Teacher store. I'll leave a link to that in the description as well as a link to my website. Hope to see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.